Judge Herman, it's a matter of life and death. I think we'd better believe it. It's up to you, Judge Kwan. Then I'm sorry to ask all of you to wait in this courtroom for a while. Guards lock down all entrances and exits of the courtroom. Report, the mixed courtroom has been locked down. No one is allowed to enter or leave without permission. Thank you for your assistance. Please share your analysis. The deductions made by Afu and Miss Wen regarding the murderer's modus operandi are reasonable. It is true that I retrieved the pistol from locker 212. Previously, as suspect, my testimony was not accepted. Now you should be able to believe someone is using the police's arrest operation to frame me. As the arrest is confidential, the framing can succeed only if two major prerequisites are met. Excuse me. First, the framer has insider information on the theft case and uses it to facilitate the arrest. Second, the framer had the opportunity to hide the gun in the theater locker. Oh, that makes me suspect the sergeant even more because he searched the lockers, so maybe he had the opportunity to plant the pistol there? Oh, person with information on the theft and the chance to hide the gun appears to be the cat. No. I'm gonna go with Singh. Oops. Selected still. Here goes nothing. Person who meets both conditions is none other than Sergeant Singh. I knew you would try to pin the blame on me. Are you saying that when Officer Wu testified, you realized you had been exposed? On the night of the case, we received orders to gather at Lycan Theater at 7:15 p.m. It was only at the scene that we learned Sergeant Singh had received a tip-off. Before the operation, Sergeant Singh had already checked those lockers. They were all empty. You put the gun in the locker when you were checking them, didn't you? Hey, so you think this clumsy ploy can deceive me? You're just seeking revenge on me. Sergeant Singh, the secret arrest operation should be known only to you and the police involved. And you were the only one who went to the theater alone. If it wasn't you who put the gun in, then who else could it be? The operation was solely to track down that sly thief. I arranged the operation only after receiving the tip-off. Sergeant Singh, can you show us the tip-off? There's no harm in showing it to you. So it could have been the person that tipped him off, too. Oh, it's the same style of notes that Shin received. Shanghai Phantom will transfer stolen goods through Lycum Theater's locker at 8:30 p.m. September 14th. Tip-off is not signed, and the letters on it look like they were cut out from a newspaper. The style of this note is identical to the other two notes Shen received. I wonder where this tip-off came from. That's confidential. Why should I tell you? The person who provided the tip-off is likely the one who killed Mr. Wu and framed Mr. Shen. Don't you want to capture them? You. Sergeant Singh, please disclose the source of the tip-off. As a prosecutor, I have the authority to know this information. It was an anonymous letter received in the reward mailbox. Is that all? I swear by the Guru, what I said is true. It's because the murderer was too cunning, they misled us with a false tip-off. May I ask Sergeant Singh how many arrest operations were organized on the evening of the 14th? It's only one, of course. This is getting strange. Since the letters in the reward mailbox triggered the arrest, why didn't this piece of evidence what? Since the letters in the reward mailbox triggered the arrest, oh, why didn't this piece of evidence? So something else that would have pointed to the arrest? I'm guessing this one? We'll go with this one. Remembered Officer Wu mentioned something about clues regarding the reward for the theft case. After the reward was announced, reports flooded in like snowflakes. But most of them were hearsay and baseless rumors, adding more confusion to the investigation. I've also seen a few letters that predicted the activities of the theft on September 14th. May I ask, Sergeant Singh, what is so special about this letter? So that among so many leads, only this one triggered the arrest operation. Well, gotcha. I've been serving as sergeant for many years. Naturally, I have my own judgment. How did you make your specific judgment? Reward letters usually include an address as the informant's goal to claim the reward. But this letter didn't leave anything. Experience and intuition told me that this information might be true, so I arranged the arrest. It's not unreasonable for Sergeant Singh to take action based on experience. I'm afraid I've been manipulated by the murderer. Surprised he would admit it, even if it's not true. Either way. Mr. Shen, do you have anyone else to accuse? Please hurry. Judge Kwan, the letter is new evidence. I need to examine it more carefully. Sergeant Singh's reasons seem to make a little sense. Are you still suspicious of him? It's not that simple. Let's see if we can find some clues from the letter. Is that a fingerprint? Well, I guess there would be... There's something cut off there. And there's marks on the back of it, but I don't know. Because I think it's just going to circle the spot that is suspicious. Okay, anonymous letter and 2 notes you received look very similar. Letters on them were all cut from elsewhere and then pasted together. Highly likely the work of the same person. Paper used for printing is thin and rough like newspaper. Let me smell. This ink smells undoubtedly from a newspaper. Shen, it seems like there are other words on the back of the letter, but it's not very clear. Try holding it up to the light. Oh, there are indeed words. Well, if it's from a newspaper, there would be words from the back. Too messy. It's difficult to distinguish. Find a way to remove the paper fragments. I'll try heating it up with fire to melt the adhesive. Should be almost done. We sin. When Koshin, it's you, Koshin. What is about me? Don't speak without thinking. I feel like I've seen this word somewhere. Should be Olympiad, as I know London is currently hosting the games of the 4th Olympiad. Prison? Oh, let's skip this word. It's okay, let's keep looking. These paper fragments were all cut from newspapers. We are currently looking at the back side of the newspaper content. Roman numeral 4, not a very common, should refer to the games of the Olympiad. Will we send a team to participate someday? Lupin? In that case, the Shanghai Phantom actually has some similarities to Lupin. There's a picture on the back of the paper fragment. Looks like a hat. 3 particular words, each only half. Looks like the word's holding a gun. This hat, the more I look at it, the more familiar it becomes. Oh, wait. If this was from the article from when Shen was arrested, this note was made after he was arrested. Hangyang? Why would Hangyang be mentioned suddenly? Is this your report, Koshin? Shen, I got it. Pattern on the back of the Lycum Theater is your hat. Indeed. Could it be that the person writing the anonymous letter is trying to imply something? Oh, it could be from the traces of processing or touch-ups on these paper fragments. No, they are all ink printed. Do you remember which newspapers have published my photos? I remember now. It's that article. Detective Shin arrested last night while broke into the theater holding a gun. The answer is quite obvious then. Sergeant Singh, the anonymous letter you presented is forged. How dare you say that? Paper fragments on the anonymous letter were cut from a newspaper. This fragment is special. On its back is a drawing of Shen's hat with the words holding a gun. Comes from an article of Shanghai News on September 15th. Detective Shen being arrested last night while broke into the theater holding a gun. The anonymous letter was not fabricated afterwards. How could there be news of Shen's arrest on the back of the paper fragment? The news press. Person who wrote the anonymous letter is from the news press, so they wrote the article before he was arrested? It's a daily newspaper printed and sold on the same day. Even the newspaper editors cannot obtain the newspaper a day in advance. Haha. Sing, did you kill Stone Wu? Well? You're not saying anything, so that means you're admitting it, right? Sergeant Singh, we don't know each other, having briefly met that afternoon in the store. You wouldn't unjustly frame me unless someone instigated you to do so. No, that's not true. No one instructed me. Then why did you set Shen up? What do you have to say for yourself? Enough. I admit it. It was me. I did it all. Silence. Sergeant Singh, why did you kill Stone Wu? He had evidence against me. He threatened me many times, so I killed him to silence him. Are you the Phantom Thief? Then why did you frame Mr. Shen? Because he was a perfect scapegoat, and he happened to cross paths with me. Well, that does make sense. What does Judge Herman think? Since Sergeant Singh has already confessed, let the police take custody of him. This case has had its twists and turns, but the truth will finally come to light. No, that's still not the truth. Mr. Shen, do you have anything to add? Sergeant Singh framed and set me up, but he is not the murderer of Stone Wu. I have already confessed. What else do you want? Are you trying to protect someone? According to Miss Wen and Afu's deduction on the modus operandi, Sergeant Singh had a concrete alibi. He couldn't have been at the store committing the murder. This can't be possible. Sergeant Singh's alibi? I think I heard the police officers mention it. Didn't sleep well last night. Hardly slept at all. Sergeant Singh led it himself. Nobody was allowed to leave. Sergeant Singh is not the murderer, then who could it be? The murderer is familiar with the store, knows about the cellar, and where Stone Wu hid the gun. More importantly, when I saw this person again, there was an additional mark on their body. It was formed during the commitment of the crime. Familiar with the foreign goods store with a distinctive mark on the body, could it be? Is it the girl? Oops. Oh, she does have marks. Is it Ting? Shit, I figured it out. It's actually Ting who is the true culprit. That's right. The person who killed Stone Wu is Ting, the assistant of the store. Would she be strong enough to pick him up? How could that be her? Please come to the court. She's right here. I'm sorry for causing trouble. I was just curious about what the trial would be like. Do you have anything to say regarding his accusations? Dun dun dun. Mr. Shen is right. It's all my fault. The boss must have been killed because of me being hired. Oh, that's right. She keeps blaming herself for all the bad luck. Often messed things up and made him unhappy. Just a cursed person, always bringing misfortune to others. I truly regret it. If I hadn't taken the job at the foreign goods store, the boss, this wouldn't have happened. Mr. Shen, are you sure Ting is the murderer? She appears to be timid and harmless. There's something I'm curious about. I heard you were there for the initial investigation and helped the police with the inventory. But the police officers didn't discover the cellar in the study. Did Mr. Wu ever mention it to you? I don't know. I've only been at the foreign goods store for a short time, still adjusting to everything. It's all my fault. I didn't work hard enough. If I could have gained more trust from the boss, maybe he would have told me important things. You have evidence to prove that Ting is the culprit. Afu, did you notice? There's a mark on Ting's body, which is made during the crime. Oh, was she tied up too? Come on. Oh, hold on. Why are they just centering on the... I want her wrist injuries. Oh, frostbite. If you didn't know there was a cellar in the study, then how did you explain the frostbite on your wrists? There is indeed frostbite marks on Ting's wrists. Could it be that she, like Mr. Ginger, came into contact with dry ice? It's September. The weather is still warm. If it's not from the contact with dry ice, how could Ting have frostbite on her wrists? I wonder what dry ice is. Solidified carbon dioxide used mainly for preservation in carbonated drinks. Rarely found. Oh, and in carbonated drinks? Extremely cold and can cause frostbite when it comes in contact with skin. A few days ago, while helping my boss move fish, I accidentally came into contact with dry ice. The appearance of frostbite wounds varies in different stages of the healing process. I meant that morning when Mr. Shen and you came by. No need to lie anymore. Ting, please take care of Miss Li. Okay, sure. When we visited, there were no injuries on your hand. Not only did I see it, Officer Wu, Miss Li, and Afu can all testify to it. You are indeed correct. At that time, Ting had no injuries on her hand. At this stage, are you unwilling to discard the disguise? Seems that this introverted personality is truly unsuitable for the courtroom. Ooh, that was a change of tone. Oh! When did you figure it out? That afternoon at the store, I noticed calluses between your right thumb and index finger. Typical sign of prolonged use of firearms. You are indeed interesting. No wonder you have such a great reputation. I made a mistake earlier. Unfortunately, at the time, I just found it strange, but I wasn't truly alarmed. Till I discovered you came to the courtroom in disguise, I fully confirmed my suspicions. What suspicions? You were hired to kill, and your purpose was to silence. Maniacal. So, Mr. Shen, what do you think? Why did I come here? You could have escaped, but instead you risked it all by showing up at the trial for one reason. Your mission is not yet finished. Oh, how I want to open and see that clever brain of yours. Ooh. Guards, quickly, arrest her. Wait, I still have questions for her. Mr. Shen, I know what you want to ask. I only speak the truth to the dead. If I'm not mistaken, all of this is to cover up the truth of my brother's murder. What have you discovered during this time? What do you think is the truth of the case from years ago? Debbie. Kitty, kitty. 4 days ago in the police prison cell. Inventory has been switched. Evidence? Mr. Shen, it's time to eat. Thank you, officer. Just put it on the ground. Okay, I will collect it later. Drew a bunch of diagrams on the wall. Why bother pretending to be diligently investigating the case? You know very well that after Stone Wu's death, all the previous efforts have been in vain. I've said it, that is none of your business. You've wasted 3 years of your time, and now you've even landed yourself in prison. Yet you're still being stubborn.
Face reality, John. The one who killed your brother was himself.
Young man, I'll say this one last time. Your brother has recent bruising on the fingertips. Similarly, there are fresh scratches on the chair legs where he was sitting. This indicates that he was still conscious shortly before his death. But even with your suggested method, a conscious person awaiting death from a falling dagger should still be considered a suicide.
What?
We had the coroner re-examine the body, and there were no signs of localized anesthesia.
No, but there is that other chemical.
Your brother held the dagger through his shirt sleeves. No fingerprints were left. My parents passed away early. My brother took care of me as I grew up. I know he was incredibly resilient. No matter the challenges, he would never give up on life. John, I understand your feelings. Everyone's done their best, be it you or us. Please sign here.
Sign it or not. The body's preservation period is up. It will be cleared from the cold storage tomorrow.
Aye. Sign away, John. It's time to look forward.
后来，
Later, you were forced to sign the document.
但也暗下决心要找到凶手。
But you were also determined to find the murderer.
此后3年，你往返于中英两地，收集一切与案件有关的蛛丝。
Over the next 3 years, you traveled between China and the UK, gathering every possible clue.
你深度调查案件中提及的每一个人，以及每一个与
You
他们
thoroughly
有关的
investigated every person mentioned in the case files and anyone related to them.
也甚至针对每个人，都制定了详尽的复仇计划。
You even formulated detailed revenge plans for each person as if they were all criminals.
你收集的资料堆满了整个房间。
Information you collected has filled the entire room, becoming too much to carry around.
于是，你记住了所有的
So you
细节
memorized all the details and
交叉，
cross-referenced them in your mind.
而这一切
And all of this has exceeded the limits of what your brain
所
can
能处理的
process.
极限。努力了3年都没有结果。
3 years of hard work and yet no results.
你有没有想过，你想要证明的东西，也许根本就是错的？
Have you ever considered that what you're trying to prove might be fundamentally wrong?
我知道，那些大夫都说，你再也不可能说话了。
I know all those doctors said
但哥哥不会放弃。
you'd never be able to speak again.
不
I won't give up.
是你把问题想得
No,
太
you're
简
the
单了。
one oversimplifying the issue.
哥哥的命案现场
Ryan's murder scene matches the depiction in Death Under the Caisson. It can't be coincidence.
而是模仿杀
It's
人
a。case of copycat crime.
凶手是
Murderer
知道
is
小说内
someone who knows the content of the novel.
真是撞到了南墙。
Seems you've hit a wall and still refuse to turn back.
你连作者沟城居士是谁都不知
You
道。
don't even know who Sayonara is, and yet you want to find other people.
我怎么不知道？沟城居士就是。
How could I not know? Sayonara is Stone Wu?
哎呦，你拿我寻开心呐！我哪里会写不可
You
以啊？
must be kidding. I have no clue with writing a novel.
我搜到了，看上去确实不像会写
Stone
小
Wu
说之人。
indeed doesn't seem like someone who would write novels.
哦，那你觉得？
Who do you think Sayonara is? Well, he likes to write. But he is directly related to the... Oh. We only have these as subjects? Since we don't have the guesses up top, I'm guessing we don't have a penalty if we guess wrong. He's the one that likes to write, and he's also involved in the pharmaceutical piece of it, and he was one of the main suspects. Though I'm not opposed to thinking those two were somehow involved.
你的直觉显然靠不住。
Your intuition is clearly unreliable. Think it over again.
哦，那你觉得沟城居士是？
could write a novel? Oh, he's Joseph's father? What's our hint? Refers to the North Star, and Cynosura is someone unexpectedly very familiar with the novel's content. Okay, we're literally just picking everybody at this point. Intuition tells me that Brian is the author of Death Under the Case. Did you become a detective solely based on intuition? Why would I think that way? What evidence suggests that the book was written by Brian? Ah. No. Oh. Because they're in front of his ancestral hall. Both what Stone Wu said and the photo indicate Brian has been to the Wu family's ancestral hall. How did you know that? Oh, it must be Brian who told you. And Cynosura, inspired by the caisson in the hall, wrote Death Under the Caisson. Cynosura at heaven's very heart is the North Star. How could I have not thought of that? Remains fixed in the sky, always staying at the northern celestial pole. No matter how far away from home, as long as you find Cynosura, you can find the way back home. Ah. If Brian is Cynosura, you know what that implies. Well, this is the last choice. Stumbled upon the novel by chance. Develop hostility towards Brian due to certain plots in the novel. But if the novel has never been published, where did the hostility come from? You're more inclined to waste time on these far-fetched assumptions rather than confront the real answer. You already knew the answer. All three of them are the same. Just worded differently. Hello, kitty. Oh, it won't let me. Oh, that's weird. That's cool, but... Kitty. But then why would somebody... Brian, I understand now. Question has never been whether or not, but rather why. Let's find the truth together.
以本物之相，即本事之相。
All objects and all images settle in different locations sequentially. Ow, kitty, your claws are so sharp. Oh, what? What are we doing? Ouch. Oh, kitty. Ugh. I can zoom in and out. Brian really chose suicide. Why did he set up the scene like the lock room from the death under the caisson, and why mimic the method of killing himself as described in the novel? In the previous deductions, some clues have not been fully explained. I need to rethink the connections between these clues to find the answer. Ow. I'm going to tie this one to the body contortion. This research paper about Bruce 9 was found on Stone Wu's desk. Paper mentions a new drug. Bruce 9 can be extracted from the Nux vomica plant. Auntie Vu believed Brian's occurrence of opisthotonus is due to strychnine poisoning. The toxicological test showed that there was no strychnine residue in Brian's body. New drug held Bruce 9 is likely responsible for causing opisthotonus in Brian's body. Missing. So the telegraph machine and the distress. The day of the murder, someone did use the telegraph machine, but not to retrieve the key. Since Brian set up the trap in the room, perhaps he also sent the alarm telegram? Diagram showing the division of police jurisdictions. Mrs. Cheng's house is in the area A under the jurisdiction of Westminster Police Station. The day of the incident, Miss Cheng felt that someone was surveilling her house and had informed Brian about this situation. Body was first discovered by the police at 2:28 p.m. on the day of the incident. Ink stains on the stone. Took 15 minutes from Yangtze Police Station to the murder scene by car. Police arrived at the murder scene almost immediately after Brian's death. Nope. Okay. just don't make sense. Telegraph machine, an alarm telegram can be connected to form a new inference. Body is contorted. The paper. Oh, I already did those. Brian arranged the mechanism and sent the telegram right before his death. Clearly, he wanted the police to be the first ones to discover his death scene. Must be some special motive behind this. Maybe which jurisdiction they're in? Normally, this case is to be handled by Westminster Police Station. It's closer to the scene. Due to the recipient of the alarm telegram, Kensington Police Station became involved in the case. Is this the purpose behind Brian's decision to go further away for help? Must be for this person. Oh. He's a new detective. Oh, but he's former Detective Sergeant of Kensington Police Station. Brian's friend Joseph is serving as sergeant at Kensington Police Station. Brian sent the telegram to him. I think I already connected her to everything. Oh. Oh. It's evident that Brian had already become aware of being poisoned and closely watched. This is what prompted him to choose suicide. He realized he couldn't escape the fate of death, so he left some clues at the scene for Joseph. Oh, so he was going to die from the poison, but because it wouldn't be traceable, he set it up to look like the murder in his book. Must have been very desperate at the moment. He had no choice to be cautious of everyone. He had to convey the message in a secretive manner. Brian wouldn't do anything meaningless before his death. His suicide by imitating the methods in Death Under the Caisson must be related to his purpose. Very likely his means of conveying his message. Why was he so certain that Joseph would be able to understand his intention? Did he loan him the book? Brian, welcome back to the Conan Doyle Book Club. Enjoy the return, Joseph. They are both members of the Conan Doyle Book Club. Highly likely that Brian showed Joseph Death Under the Caisson before. Because he gave him the book. Missing book is likely the manuscript of Death Under the Caisson. Joseph took it with him. Brian must have left his death note inside. In the case years ago, my brother indeed set up the mechanism and stabbed himself in the chest. You finally accepted the truth. How could this happen? Even so, that case left behind many mysteries. Among them, the one that puzzles me the most is... Joseph, you clearly know better than me the connection between the crime scene and that novel. Why did you hide it from me? In the book you took from the scene, there's something my brother left for you, right? What? My brother sent a telegram to Kensington Department before he died, for you as his best friend. It's to ensure that you could enter the scene as soon as possible. Are you still planning to keep a secret? Dun dun dun! In fact, it was Brian's intention to keep it from you. What? What do you mean? I met Brian at the Conan Doyle book club. He loved Conan Doyle's novels and even attempted to write his own. This notebook contains all of his manuscripts, and Brian only showed them to me. Death Under the Caisson is my favorite piece. We even recreated the tricks mentioned in the book in his study. Unexpectedly, in the end, he reminded me to read the notebook in such a way. What else is in the notebook? Besides the novel manuscript, there's also a research report on cocaine tucked in the notebook. So for the cessation drug. I think I've heard you mention the name croc before. That is a plant. My brother learned about cocaine from an article by Freud and studied it for many years. According to the research report, he discovered a new drug, cocaine, from the croc plant. He wanted to develop an opium cessation drug to suppress withdrawal symptoms after opium addiction. Were there unintended side effects? Unfortunately, this research did not ultimately succeed. Is it because the new drug cannot effectively suppress the addiction? On the contrary, patients quickly get rid of their dependence on opium after using the new drug. But without exception, they develop a strong craving for the new drug. Saying after years of studying cocaine, instead of developing a quit-smoking medication, he ended up with a more potent drug than opium? From the research materials left behind by Brian, it appears to be the case. So everything my brother did was to entrust these documents to you. I think, yes. I'm getting more confused. Brian just wanted to hand over the documents to Mr. Joseph. Why did he commit suicide? He did this for... Let me take care of this. Well, Bill, you familiar with what happened back then? His research project was funded by me. Tragedy 3 years ago. I still find it regrettable to this day.
来人，快给贝尔爵士拿一把
Quickly
椅子。
fetch a chair for Mr. Bell. Maybe he wanted to...
最初约瑟介绍我认识伯恩时，他的研究受到了沙逊家族打压。
When Joseph introduced Brian to me, his research was under the suppression of the Sassoon family.
沙逊家族，那个靠鸦片生意发家的犹太财
The
阀。
Jewish tycoon that prospered from the opium trade?
没错，当时的伯恩经历了很多。
Exactly. At that time, Brian faced numerous difficulties, almost being forced to drop out.
我抱着试一试
I
的心
funded
态
him with a supportive mindset,
资金，
and unexpectedly, his research soon yielded results.
在正式合作1年后，
A year later, he successfully crafted the initial version of the opium cessation drug.
可惜
Regrettably, the clinical trials, the drug demonstrated a significant risk of addiction.
一位患者私自大量服药后
Patient
极度亢
who
奋，
self-administered a large dose became highly agitated and succumbed to arrhythmia.
这让伯恩非常内疚。
Incident left Brian profoundly remorseful and plunged him into deep confusion.
在后续的研究中，
Subsequent research, Brian consistently tried to decrease the amount of cocaine in the drug.
确实配置出了弗洛伊德书中所说的能够消除疲劳。
Finally, he successfully formulated a reagent capable of eliminating fatigue and uplifting mood.
然而，在长期观察下，
But with prolonged observation, subjects still showed tendencies toward drug abuse and addiction.
和成瘾的倾向。不久后，
Shortly afterwards, tragedy struck
这一切
again.
再次发生。另一位患者偷服药物，
I knew this was going to come up again. Another patient who took the drug had strong hallucinations and ignited a fire in the hospital.
那场大火，
Devastating fire became the final straw that broke Brian's mental state. Yeah, but he was drugged before he died.
极端的方式
The reason Brian chose to deliver the information to Joseph in an extreme way was to have Joseph halt the development of the opium cessation drug. Hi, Kitty. But actually, he could have approached me directly to convey his concerns.
难怪3年前，沃森大药房停止了。
No wonder 3 years ago, Watson Pharmacy ceased all operations related to opium cessation drugs.
这样的事，
It is necessary to keep things from me. Oh, is it necessary?
伯恩一时
Brian
也
wanted to
不决
develop
定要
opium cessation drugs, but ended up creating a new addictive substance.
所以他才
That's
不
why he
希
didn't
望
want you to
你
know
知道
about
这
it.
件事。
我们已经在沈
We
先生的
have wasted too much time on Shen's personal affairs.
现在既然
Now that the facts are clear, we should shift our focus back to the current case.
陈先生，你还打算继续
Do
追
you
究你
intend
哥
to
哥的案
persist
件
in
吗？
pursuing your brother's case? I'm gonna get to the bottom of things, because why would somebody basically send an assassin to...
不，我不认为那
No,
是真
I
相。
don't think that's the truth. Mm-hmm.
哥哥引咎自尽，并不能解释
Brian
这一
took
事
his
实的
own
存在
life out of guilt. It still doesn't explain the existence of this fact. Mm. Conclusion that he took his own life out of guilt cannot explain the contortion of his body. Foreigners I consulted all said that this is typical symptom of Nux vomica poisoning. But the strict test came back negative. The opisthomas should be caused by other reasons. No, he was poisoned by brucine. Brucine? Paper shows that besides strychnine, can extract a substance called brucine. Its weaker toxicity, slower onset of poisoning reactions, and is less detectable. There's such a drug? Brother's suicide is not due to any psychological issues, but a desperate act upon realizing he had been deadly poisoned. Who do you think poisoned him? Culprit who poisoned Brian and hired Ting to kill Stonewu is none other than... Is it Joseph's father? He seems the most likely, because he was his benefactor. And he's the one pushing the suicide thing the most. And why reach out to Joseph? Plus he has the means. All clues point to the same person. Mr. Bell, you are the mastermind behind both cases.
Watson?
Watson? Are you accusing Mr. Bell of murder now? I am. What made you misunderstand me? Not misunderstanding you. Stonewu sold a patent to the Watson Group at a high price before leaving London. The author of Exploring Methods for Extracting Brucine from Nux vomica is Stonewu. I'm sure he sold the extraction method for brucine to you. Reasonable association.
Oh, well, aren't you planning to defend yourself against such accusations?
A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. John, you are just temporarily blinded by hatred. I believe time will provide the answers, and he will gradually understand my perspective.
The court does not entertain baseless accusations. You have evidence to support your claim. Brother's time of death was on August 15th, 3 years ago, between 2 and 2:28 p.m. Body was discovered in opisthomas with a twisted and eerie facial expression. Bloodstained scratches on the chair leg indicate he had just experienced unimaginable pain. Clearly, my brother exhibited symptoms of the late stage of brucine poisoning before his death. Usually leads to death within 4 to 5 hours. Considering the timeline, this evidence suggests that Mr. Bell is a murder suspect. So, 4 to 5 hours beforehand. Okay, so this wouldn't be it, because this was how he reached out to Joseph. This doesn't. Oh. officially meeting tomorrow at 9 a.m. Could be wrong, but I'm gonna go with this one. Telegrams can prove it. Submitted Detective Con. I don't understand. Seem like ordinary communications. How do they prove that Mr. Bell poisoned anyone? Which telegram specifically incriminates Mr. Bell? He wanted him to stop the trials. As Mr. Bell himself mentioned, time will provide the answer. On the morning of August 15th, my brother went to Mr. Bell's office. Around 2 p.m. in the afternoon, he exhibited symptoms of the poisoning. The interval between the two events is exactly 5 hours.
In the eyes of a bigot, my guilt is presumed. Innocence a mere shadow.
Why are you being poetic?
Gypsy, why don't you try talking to John and persuading him?
In fact, this evidence lacks sufficient strength. As you just mentioned, the time from the poisoning to the death is 4 to 5 hours. During the period from 9 to 10, Brian had contact with many other people. You and Officer Jones investigated all of his movements, and you questioned everyone who saw him. You know better than anyone he only had coffee at Mr. Bell's on that day and nothing else.
At 9 a.m. that morning, I had arranged to meet Brian for coffee to talk his recent conditions.
Unfortunately, the known eyewitnesses don't cover the entire period. Also challenging to confirm whether Brian had consumed any food or water at home. Quite a convenient excuse. Even if someone did poison his food or water, it's hard to verify at this point. The case is quite complex and requires further investigation. I trouble you to go to the police station? Would that be convenient for you? He's raised a reasonable suspicion. Till this question is resolved, I don't believe it is necessary to trouble Mr. Bell further. Thanks to Judge Herman's reminder. Mr. Shen, do you have any evidence to respond to Prosecutor Bell's suspicion? Shen is in trouble. Question, we need to help him. Oh. Not familiar with the case 3 years ago, but Mr. Bell's previous statement, I noticed a certain inconsistency. Then let's say it. While I'm unsure if Judge Herman's reasonable suspicion holds, I can't help but wonder. Why did Mr. Bell lie in his previous statement? Lie? I wonder which of my words led Miss Wen to misunderstand. Misunderstandings? Your words clearly contradict this evidence.
他兽医研制出了第一版药物。可惜药物，一位患者因私自大量服药亢奋致死，让伯安陷入了深深的迷茫。他改良了药的配方，但受药者还是表现出了药物滥用和成瘾的倾向。一位受药者因幻觉引发医院火灾，伯安用极端方式将资料交给约瑟，只想让约瑟
He trusted Joseph to stop developing the drug by killing himself. Yeah, but he didn't kill himself to keep them from developing the drug. He killed himself to try and find the original. Take a close look at the date. Yeah, so the date of the fire happened after he died. Because he died on August 15th, and the fire is on August 16th. Mr. Bell, the fire you mentioned earlier, did it occur at St. Mary's Hospital? I think yes. That's strange. The fire clearly occurred on the night of 15th, after Brian Shin's death. Why did you say it broke Brian's mental state? Or maybe Brian never thought of giving up his life and so called suicide. Maybe Brian never thought of giving up his life and the so-called suicidal tendencies were just lies he fabricated. Oh, now he's going to use his memory as an excuse. Seems that as time passes, even memories are beginning to play hide and seek with me. He simply made a mistake about the time, which does not constitute a false statement. Viewpoint is irrelevant to the issue, and I object. Judge Herman, it comes to the reasons for Brian Shin's suicide. How could it? Is it the same as poisoning someone if a person simply misremembers the time? Have any other evidence regarding the poisoning accusation? Not at the moment. No other evidence? I have to reject your request. Even though we lack evidence linking Mr. Bell to the case 3 years ago, there is evidence suggesting his relation to Stonewoo's case. What? This is a bit unexpected. I believe Mr. Bell poisoned my brother and is the mastermind behind Stonewoo's murder. There is a deeper connection between these two cases. The drugs. You are more familiar with Stonewoo's case. Please help me find clues together. Leave it to me. Go, Afu! Please present evidence that shows the connection between Mr. Bell and the Stonewoo case. I'm gonna guess this, but I'm gonna check. Item lost by the Watson Group appears in Stonewoo's study. Yeah, I would say it's the formula. Actually, the evidence has been in Sergeant Singh's hands all along. I did it! Don't frame me! Among the evidence seized by the police, there's a photo that Shen took from Wu's study. Have they been putting the drug in their soda to make people more addicted to it and buy more of it? By chance, I discovered that there was a note tucked inside the photo frame. 1,000 grams of water, 200 grams of sugar, 100 grams of dry ice, 4.8 grams of citric acid. I'm not mistaken. This note is the missing formula for Watson Group's cola water. Well, they probably wouldn't let their kid drink it if it was also what you've been instructed to find all along. How could this be? This formula, it doesn't belong to Watson Group. It should be fairly easy to authenticate whether or not it is your formula. Just does not meet the standard of evidence. Rejected. I haven't said anything yet. Since the formula was found in Stone Wu's study, it should be assumed it belonged to Stone Wu. So there's clear evidence to the contrary.
应该有证据能证明这个配方与贝尔爵士有关。
Should be evidence that can prove the connection between this formula and Mr. Bell. A certain substance in the formula is known to only a few people, including Mr. Bell. Just by carefully examining the content of the formula, you will notice the ingredients of the cola water include cocaine. Cocaine is a new drug developed by Brian, only mentioned in his notes. It can be said that the chemical structure of this drug is almost unknown to anyone, except for Mr. Bell, who was involved in the drug development, and Mr. Joseph, who holds the notes. And they are both connected to the Watson Group. Ha ha! Take that, Judge Herman. Clearly stated in my brother's notes that cocaine is highly addictive. Even in small doses, it is no exception. It's the true secret behind the success of Watson's cola water. It's also the fundamental motive for Sir Bell's murder and cover-up. It's an interesting speculation indeed. Your argument still doesn't explain why it ended up in Stone Wu's study. Because he was the thief? The theft of the formula of Watson Cola by ShangHai Phantom is widely known news. In the previous trial, the police clearly stated ShangHai Phantom has a close link to Stone Wu. Therefore, it is reasonable that Stone Wu possessed the stolen formula from the ShangHai Phantom. Hi, Kitty. Welcome back.
It's the first time I've seen someone be speechless.
Thanks to you, as always.
Seems that I need to explain why the formula cannot belong to the Watson Group. This is also the true secret of cola water. However, I need a more private environment. To protect the business secrets of Watson Group, this case is transferred to a non-public trial. Please ask unrelated personnel to wait in the lobby outside the courtroom. Watson Group's reason. True secret of cola water is there's actually no such thing as a secret formula. Just a marketing strategy. Marketing strategy. Did you really think that a product can achieve such huge success solely based on its formula? Relies on branding and storytelling. Secret formula of magical beverage is hidden in a priceless safe. What a fascinating story. You can resist the temptation to explore and satisfy their curiosity by taking a sip. Yeah, but couldn't you just go get one of the cans off of the, like, from where it's sold and test it to see if the drug's in there? No, it shouldn't be like this. What is your intuition about this? My intuition tells me if the secret formula is just a marketing gimmick, there'd be no need to publicly admit the formula theft. It would tarnish the product's fame. From what I know, the Watson Group has offered a hefty reward for clues on ShangHai Phantom. Must be genuinely searching for the formula. Let me explain the situation to the two judges. No need to rush. While it may well convince Judge Guo and Judge Herman, it will still reject it with various reasons. What's more troublesome is that we lack solid evidence of Mr. Bell hiring the murderer. Herman talks about procedural justice all along, but he only selects rules that favor Mr. Bell. Yeah, he's definitely not a impartial. It's impossible to expect him to make a fair judgment unless Mr. Bell admits it himself. Perhaps that's the best option at the moment. You suggesting making him admit it himself? Is that even possible? He obviously values this formula, otherwise he wouldn't kill for it. Things that a person cares about often become their weakness. So if they were to destroy it, seems to have changed a bit. Let me confirm again. The so-called secret formula stolen from the Watson Group doesn't actually exist, right? That's correct. Seems that I made a mistake. So let's destroy the evidence. Since the formula in the frame is not related to the Watson Group, it must belong to my brother. How do you deduce that? Chemical structure of cocaine has never been made public, so Stone couldn't have known it. According to Judge Herman's logic, the formula is found in Brian's photo. We should assume that it belonged to Brian. Am I correct? What do you intend to do with the formula? It's a legacy of Mr. Shin's brother. Mr. Shin has full control over it now. Why is Mr. Bell so concerned about it? Actually, there's no harm in telling Mr. Bell. I intend to. Detect fingerprints? Or make it public? We know that one didn't do any good. Plan to ask Miss Wen to take care of disclosing the formula.
交给谁
Who you...
的自由。
有贝尔爵士
Good to hear that from Mr. Bell.
我听
I
说
heard Senshi...
正和、混合、毅力增加汽水
The
厂
three soda
都用快
factories
乐水的配方
are
合
all
一起
interested in this formula.
苏州的瑞记正在积极拓展南洋业务，也可以聊合作。
Soju is expanding their business in Southeast Asia and could be a potential partner.
只会再
Also
做一
send a
份
copy
让
to
他
Jardine
们自己
Methven,
的
a shareholder of
听
your
说他
Watson
们是
Group.
您的股东，但考虑到汽水行
Considering
业
the
丰厚的
lucrative
利润，
profit in the soda industry, they probably won't refuse.
对了，
By the way, I plan to
我
publish
还
two
想在
articles
交
in
通报
Shanghai
上
News
发两篇文章
with。these headlines.
侦探
Detective
查
found the
证
cola
证
water
时
formula while
发现
tracking
矿
down
泉
the
水配
Shanghai
方
Phantom.
沃森
Watson
集团
Group
极力
strongly
否认
denies the presence
矿
of
泉
new
水
type
中
of
含有
opium
新
in
型
cola
鸦
water.
片。
你们可要想好，
You better think carefully about the consequences of libel. Can you afford to bear them?
配方是我家
Formula belongs to Shen. He can give it to whoever he wants. Bite me.
Old Bell, how about you double-check one more time? If the formula belongs to the Watson Group, I'll order them not to disclose it.
Yeah, 'cause you're a worm.
承认配方是沃森集团的，就意味着你在
Admitting the formula belongs to Watson Group means you are suspected in 2 murder cases.
如果否
If you
认，
deny it,
我们对
then
有
we have
人
the
危
right
害
to
罪
disclose the formula.
这两杯
Eventually, you'll have to drink one of these 2 poison drinks.
更何况，
Furthermore, you
你根本
can't
没法解释
explain
为什么只有
why
你
the
知道
cocaine that only you know about appears in this formula. Formula is a trade secret of the Watson Group, and you are not authorized to disclose it. Poor Joseph.
本小姐，沈先生，配方是沃森集团的财产
Formula is the property of the Watson Group.
你们
You
不
cannot
得随意
dispose of
出
it,
示
let alone disclose it.
早说嘛，
As you wish.
来人，
Please escort Mr. Bell to the police station to assist in the investigation.
贝尔
Haha.
爵士不是罪犯，
He's not a
他哪里
criminal. He
都不用
doesn't need to
去
go anywhere. Mr. Herman, you are a
从目前的
menace.
情况看，
Based on the current situation, Stonewoo's death is most likely linked to cola water formula.
贝尔爵士
Although Mr. Bell has not been
会被定
convicted,
罪
he does have major suspicions against him.
嫌疑在身
Assisting in the investigation is a necessary process, and I hope Judge Herman cooperates.
贵国之司法流程
Country's
野蛮
judicial
粗暴
process is
不使人权
barbaric, disregarding human rights. You're just a menace.
贝尔爵士作为大
Mr.
英
Bell
帝国
is a
公民
British Empire
他
citizen.
的
His
尊严
dignity
必
must
须
be
要得到
protected.
保障在没有确凿证据的情
Conclusive
况下
evidence, I believe he has no need to undergo any investigation. What? You're proposing you just ignore the fact that he could be tied to 2 murders just because he's special? Thanks to Judge Herman's reminder. What? This is outrageous.
我们没有能一锤定音的
We
证据。
don't have definitive evidence, so it's not surprising that he would say that.
这就是个死
This is a
结啊
deadlock.
现在
We've used up all the available evidence, and they won't let Mr. Bell undergo investigation. Poppycock!
证据会从
We
天上掉
expecting
下来吗
evidence to fall from the sky?
这个人
Perhaps only this person can provide the final breakthrough in the case. Cece? It's the kitty. breakthrough in the case is the person Brian Shen wanted to convey information to at the end. Well, that would have been Joseph. Yes, he was the cat. It was Mr. What is his name? Mr. Ginger. Mr. Joseph hasn't spoken for a long time. His mood seems to be very bad. Can I ask you something, Joseph? What is it? Are these reports and notes everything you took from Brian's apartment? Or there's no mention of me in either the reports or the notes. What do you mean? The documents left by my brother don't mention me, which contradicts what you said earlier. I'm guessing it's this. Earlier said it was my brother who asked you to keep it from me. There is no mention of me in any of these materials. I think he must have left something else for you.
Joseph, my proud son.
Uh-huh.
For the honor of the Bell family, don't say anything that would disappoint.
Oh, what a butthead. Joseph, follow your heart.
Joseph!
Yeah, but Joseph is very big on justice. Ah, Cece. Ah, Daddy won't buy Cece cola water.
Cece doesn't want to drink tea, just wants the cola water.
Ah.
Said the lion. But that doesn't make me any braver. And as long as I know myself to be a coward, I shall be unhappy. Cece, why don't you go play with Uncle Wu outside the courtroom? Daddy will join you after work.
吴巡部，麻烦了。 周，你的推理是正确的。
Your deduction is correct. Of course it is.
这张纸巾上面有不完
This
的。
tissue has Brian's handwriting on it. I've kept it with me all this time. Wasn't until today that I fully understood why Brian chose to write these words on this tissue, and the pain he went through when he wrote them.
Promise me, you will stop the release of the opium cessation drugs. Take good care of John. Keep him away from all these.
哥哥，纸巾是从沃森的办公室拿的。上面有
Tissue was taken from Watson's office, and it has the logo of the Bell Mansion. I bet it has traces of the drug on it too from the coffee.
这个圆环是咖啡杯的印记。
Ring is an imprint from a coffee cup. Though it's 3 years old, it can still undergo analysis.
凡有接触，必有
Wherever there
痕
is
迹
contact, there will be traces.
如果你的推
If your
理正确
deduction is correct, the imprint should be able to detect remnants of Bruce 9.
Why was I not informed about this?
Why would he?
Dare you keep this from me?
How dare
I'm
you?
sorry, Watson. This is not just for Cece. It's for myself as well. For the past 3 years, I've been burying my head in the sand like an ostrich. I am a fucking prosecutor.
Ooh! Wow, I did not expect that.
In my country, there are 400 million people, and among them, 8 million smoke opium.
Dang.
These 8 million people, from the elderly to children, are all deeply immersed with opium. Their families' wealth is scattered, their lives in ruins. The severity of opium addiction and the agony of cessation make it difficult for them to quit.
Is this why you chose to research this niche field?
Yes, sir.
Young man, you are an idealist, but you know nothing about business. In fact, opium persists not just due to addiction, but due to significant vested interests.
Mm-hmm.
Opium trade benefits, while prohibition has no profit. If something cannot generate profits, it cannot endure for long.
Yes, many people have said that. Thanks for your time.
But I am also an idealist.
Father, are you saying that you are willing to fund Brian's research?
I believe that what I am funding is for the well-being of humanity.
Poppycock.
Ah, see? I told you that you could persuade him.
Mr. Shen, a pleasure to work together.
Mr. Bell, Joseph, I am grateful beyond words.
Poor guy.
Oh, Mr. Bell, you're also here?
Joseph mentioned that you're not feeling well, so I came to check on you.
All 20 patients from St. Mary's experimental group showed signs of drug abuse.
No need to worry about this. As long as the dosage is controlled, there won't be any issues.
Mm-hmm.
The patients voluntarily requested dose increases. I'm concerned about the drug's market release.
Did they request opium during the treatment?
No.
Cessation medication you developed is effective. Brian, you truly are a pharmaceutical genius. The moment you've been dreaming of to defeat opium is about to arrive.
But the side effects...
Every drug has its side effects.
Mm-hmm.
We can further develop new drugs to help people overcome these side effects.
Mr. Bell, we cannot launch a drug when we know it has addictive properties.
What do you suggest?
We need to expose the dangers of cocaine. Caution the public.
Are you sure?
I wonder if cocaine is cocaine.
Create a monster with my own hands. It must not reach the public. I'll compensate your research funding.
Ah. Did you see him slip something into the drink?
So far, nobody knows cocaine. Once it is made public, aren't you worried that the Sassoon family will turn around and develop an alternative? Even if you can convince me, can you convince them? I heard John Shen is working part-time in Boston to support his studies.
How do you know my brother is in Boston?
He is your brother. Of course, I have to take extra care.
Mr. Bell, are you threatening me?
I am planning a future for you and your brother. Do you want shares in Watson Group? It can make you both live a life of prosperity and wealth forever.
I develop opium cessation drugs to prevent tragedies, not for wealth.
In that case, I respect your decision. Keep a close eye on him. Make sure he gets home and never steps out again. After 5 hours, go inside and retrieve all his research files. Why is there so much noise outside?
Sir, St. Mary Hospital is on fire.
The fire will turn everything into ashes, won't it? The night in London hasn't been this bright for a long time.
So was he behind the hospital burning down too?
It's your property. Aren't you worried?
It's insured.
Everything comes with a cost.
Grandpa, when can we go home?
Darling, we've got to stay here for a bit.
Why?
Someone once told me there's like 400 million people, but only 8 million people. Market development rate is a real disappointment here, right?
Cola water, cola water.
He also wants the cool water.
No, darling, you can't drink the cola water. How about Chinese tea?
Can I chuck in a bit of fruit juice in the tea?
Of course. And you know what? You've given me a bit of inspiration. Maybe I should chuck in some fruity flavors that kids fancy into the cola water.
Wow. Sorry, John. I once thought Brian sacrificed to prevent the release of the opium cessation drug. It's not your fault. But Mr. Bell and the Watson Group must face appropriate punishment. Who do you think you are? Judges, now we have evidence of Mr. Bell's poisoning. Can we proceed to bring him to justice?
Oh, Bell, this lad seems dead set on getting the law to come down on you.
Yeah. Well, you're not helping
Go
much.
ahead and try. Arrest me.
Why doesn't he sound afraid at all? Probably because he's got too many people in his pocket. Mr. Bell's crimes have already been proven. Isn't that enough? Heard you studied law in Boston. Surely you've heard the term jurisdiction, right? Seriously? Victim is Chinese and the culprit is in Shanghai. The Shanghai government does have jurisdiction. Mr. Bell is a citizen of the British Empire. Small court in the Far East, without even a jury and a group of laymen in law. How can you ensure that this British knight receives fair treatment? Consular jurisdiction exists precisely for this purpose. Consular jurisdiction. Based on the agreement, British nationalist crimes can only be adjudicated by the British Council. It's obvious that they are colluding. Can't let him escape punishment like this. Anything else we can do? Current trend, something neither you or I can change. Being able to see the trend is your greatest advantage. What a dolt.
Enough of this, Watson. Fulfill your promise to me. Stop the opium cessation drugs business.
Enough of this, Joseph. 3 years ago, for you, I took all the opium off the shelves at our farms. I am a man of my word.
Then why were they in the fish?
No, not in the form of cola water.
And in the cola water.
That's a new business. In fact, this remedial measure opens up a whole new market for us.
Liar!
James, my child, you've inherited my kindness, but business is business.
Kindness?
You know why I come to Shanghai? The Sassoon family's opium business is doomed after the opium agreement between China and UK. There are 8 million drugs. It's a huge market. At that time, we will surpass the Sassoons and become the most powerful family in the Far East.
Greedy old coot.
But you're fully aware that cocaine is not an opium cessation drug, and it's worse than opium.
God, you are stupid. Trade is free. Where there is demand, there will be supply.
Wow.
看来，贝尔爵士真正想做的生意并不是戒烟药。
Seems that Mr. Bell's true intention is not the opium cessation drug business, but to replace opium with cola water. Opium is innocent and cola water even more so. They are just commodities. Drugs are innocent. Why did the British government pass the 1868 Drugstore Act? Opium is evidence. Why do so many people die because of it? Why do families fall apart? Cola water business is innocent. Why did you poison my brother? Why did you kill Stone Wu and those innocent people at St. Mary's Hospital? Everything comes with a cost. Gave you the best choice, but unfortunately you were all too short-sighted. The best choice is to let you continue poisoning us with cola water, isn't it? Pitiful country of yours, backward and corrupt, also adept at putting on airs. People have been cultivating poppy here for decades ago, and countless people profited from it. Factories and schools were built on profits from opium. You should be well aware of that, right? International Opium Commission is about to be held, I believe. Opium Commission? Do you really believe that China can eradicate opium? I do. Just like your poor brother, are both idealists. Deeply sympathize with what Brian has gone through. In fact, for Brian, I not only sympathize, but also greatly admire and appreciate him. Yeah, because he created the invention that made you rich. The global popular Watson Cola Water. But you have to know that human suffering is a result of their own choices. Yeah, but they don't even know what's in there. How is it a choice? How will they have free will? Did anyone force them? No, they chose smoke for themselves, just like your pathetic father. And your self-righteous brother, if he hadn't rejected the shares I offered him back then. How could he end up in such a situation? When a fish bites, don't rush to pull in the rod, wait patiently. There will be a notable tug when a big fish is hooked. Ah. In fact, you cannot feel at ease as you claim to. What are you smiling at? If you didn't have fear in your heart, you wouldn't have resorted to murder to cover the truth. And the last evidence that I'm going to present is prepared for your fear. Okay. Last evidence that I'm going to present is prepared for your fear. What Watson fears is the truth being made public and a piece of evidence that can accomplish this. I'm guessing either this or the formula, but I could be wrong. I have prepared 2 gifts for you. Past years, I have investigated all suspects in Brian's case, especially you. Briefcase contains various criminal records related to the Watson Group. Not only from your pharmacies in Shanghai, but also in Hong Kong and London. All contact leaves traces. I know how you cunningly acquired Hong Kong pharmacy. I know how you disguised cheap tonics laced with opium to make your fortune. Know how you colluded with corrupt officials to protect your fake medicine business. Know how you committed crimes repeatedly and used the legal system to escape punishment. Visited the victims of these events. Through them, I have gradually built the chain of evidence for your criminal career. Only the final piece was missing. Just now, Joseph provided the crucial evidence, and everyone heard you confess in your own words. Why not bring those victims and file a lawsuit in jurisdiction with authority? Can assure you that your so-called evidence and testimonies won't be accepted. So I've prepared another gift. The other gift is the phonograph broadcasting machine I invented. Planning to end your life like your brother? No. Enough, Watson. Brian sacrificed himself to protect those documents and just to ring the death knell for you today. Your dirty business is over. You're more naive than your brother. Opium business has been going on for half a century. Your people are the sick men of East Asia. You really think you alone can change the course of history? No, I am not alone. I've seen an editor who traveled tirelessly for the liberation of thoughts and literature. Witnessed a foreman who dedicated his whole life to new steel-making technology. Also know of an official who even without blueprints hammered out the first steamship. Beyond them, there are millions of Chinese people striving to change the era despite adversity. Opium is one of the most urgent issues in our country. Our country must confront. We must make every effort to eradicate opium and drugs to save ourselves. Use both my hands in support. I will mobilize my friends in the press to expose the truth about cola water. Count me in. Haha. I will do my best to promote the anti-smoking and anti-drug campaign. Woohoo! Punch him. Why is there so much noise outside? People are gathering outside, demanding justice for the culprit and the removal of bad merchants. What? What on earth is going on? Phonograph broadcasting machine can record sounds and then broadcast them. Uh-huh. Now, not only can we hear you speaking, but everyone outside the courtroom can hear it too. They just thought it was private. Headlines in the newspapers the next few days will definitely be about this. Soon the whole world will know the truth. Huh. Non-public trial. How dare you broadcast the trial without authorization? How you Chinese disrespect rules? Rules? Who is the one that is really disrespecting the rules here? How dare you look at me like that? Your rules always have two sets of standards, one for yourself and one for others. There's only one rule in my book. If you choose to do evil, you must pay the price. Angry mobs trying to storm in. The police can hardly hold them back. Protect me! Brat. As the esteemed British Council, I will do everything I can to ensure your safety. But if you insist on protecting Mr. Bell and fail the justice, public anger won't be appeased. No one can guarantee that the tragedy of Yangtze case 3 years ago won't repeat itself. I know. I'm trying to hurry. Up to Judge Kwang's decision. Presiding judge pronounced Watson Reuben Bell guilty. Solved. It's not over yet. Since that's the case, uh-oh. Don't mind making another tragedy. Watch out, Shen, it's the two horses. Shen? Oh? In 1909, Tang Guang gave a remarkable speech at the International Opium Commission held in Shanghai. The meeting led to the first international drug control treaty, Hague Opium Convention in 1912. In 1928, Republic of China attempted to abolish all consular jurisdiction in China. However, due to resistance from foreign countries, its goal was not achieved. 1943, ROC ended UK and US consular jurisdiction in China through an agreement. 1949, People's Republic of China was founded, ending consular jurisdiction and foreign privileges. 1950, PRC's proclamation on strictly prohibiting opium eradicated the issue in 3 years. 1987, the UN set June 26 as the International Day Against Drug Abuse in Vienna. Reform and Act were of this past... Oh. Oh. Forgot to tell you, boss. All my bosses ended up like this. Oh.
热搜！3位侦探公堂大显身手，揭露霍森集团惊天阴谋。
Well. Woohoo.
我每次都
Finished it. Just in time.
送给你了。您可是智斗洋人的高手。那我就不客气了。
可惜阿福，你们在会审公秀的表演真是精彩。
这次不仅救出了先生，
还一起抓住了幕后真凶。那必须要好好庆一下。今晚来剧院吧，我请客。
可先生受伤了，我得先送他回扬州休养。
沈先生他还好吗？
受了些皮外伤，没大碍，只是这次又要错过影珠姐的表演了。
祝你们一路平安。
Kitty.
魏先生，接下来有什么打算？
先暂停检察官的工作，全力解决快乐水的问题。
有我能帮忙的地方，你尽管说。
刚才人精神，我要悄悄话对你说。Mr. Lion said he got what he wanted. Did you get a thinking brain too? That's great.
Cutting it close.
关大人，您怎么在这里？
查封沃森大药房是大事，长官得亲自定斩，避免再生变故。
不知丁香姐怎么样了？丁香在会审攻陷女押所。
Women's prison waiting a verdict.
你们能网开一面吗？那天在法庭上，要不是丁香姐，
丁香为您除害，我本人十分佩服。但除了这个案子以外，他还身负多条人命。
放心吧，关大人会让他获得公正的审判。
细致搜查每一个角落，留意所有细节，发现任何可疑之处，立即向我报告。是，学长。
五爷，
现在要叫李巡长了。
文小姐见笑了。
李巡长，发生什么了？怎么又在调查杨琥珀？
沃森虽已伏法，但大盗仍在逍遥法外。
Ah,
本巡长
ShangHai.
上任，必将他缉拿归案。
先生，你怎么自己就下来了？还有，你的手受伤了，不能离枪子。
我伤的是左手，右手令不碍事。
我来。
Off to their next adventure.
好了，我就送到这里。
可心姐，我舍不得你。
我也舍不得你。不过，万国纪念大会要召开了，我想多写几篇报道，为大会助力。
温小姐，
务必多保重。
放心，我可是资深记者，他会有期了。
对了，可心姐，这次的标题是什么？
标题还没定呢。这次的报道是与程守臣合写的，不知道他又跑哪里去了。
Oh, aw man.
程记者，你怎么在这里？
当然，
我的留声广播机。不过，如果它对程记者的工作有帮助的话，我可以把它送给你。
你还是留着再改良改良吧。
这次多亏有守臣兄帮忙。
是你神机妙算，算准了我不会错过。
不，在这个试点中，你所做，你们道出的那份配方，才是一切能真相大白的关键。你们道出的那份配方，才是一切能真相大白的关键。
难道程记者就是沪上怪盗？
我哪有那么大的本事？松涛观察到民众喝完快乐水后的症状与圣玛丽医院的受试者相同，于是托人道出了快乐水的配方，来验证一个猜想。只是还没等我见到配方，松涛就遭了毒手，配方也不知所踪。我几次想进入现场寻找，却始终没机会。没想到，松涛将配方放在了你哥哥的照片后面。现在想想，这也的确是最合适的因素。哦，对了，差点忘了正事。
先生，看来我错怪吴老板了。
此话怎讲？
之前调查洋货铺地窖的时候，我还以为他是个卖戒烟药的奸商。不过，当年参与过研究项目的不是程记者吗？怎么会是吴老板知道受试者的症状呢？
二位侦探，有位朋友托我捎一件东西。
这是委托信吗？
不愧是阿福兄弟。承蒙守神兄信任，让我打算先回扬州一趟，把案子告破的事告诉哥哥。
这个案子，我相信沈先生不会拒绝。